Have you ever walked past one of your plants and noticed a single yellow leaf? At first, it doesn't seem important, it's just one leaf. But a few days later, there's another one, then another. Before long, the plant that filled your room with life suddenly looks tired, weak, almost sick. So what's really happening? Is your plant dying? Or has it been trying to tell you something all along? The truth is far more interesting. Plants can't speak. They can't cry for help. They can't move to a better place. Instead, they communicate in the only language they have, their leaves. Every color change, every brown edge, every curling tip is a message. And yellow is one of the most common messages a plant can send. But most people misunderstand it. They think yellow means the plant is dying. Sometimes it does, but very often, yellow means something completely different. To understand why, you first have to understand why leaves are green in the first place. Leaves aren't naturally green. Inside every healthy leaf is a remarkable pigment called chlorophyll. Think of chlorophyll as millions of tiny solar panels packed inside each leaf. They capture sunlight and convert it into energy, allowing the plant to build new roots, grow taller, produce flowers, and stay alive. Without chlorophyll, a plant couldn't survive. But producing chlorophyll isn't free. It costs energy, a lot of energy. So whenever a plant experiences stress, one of the smartest things it can do is stop investing energy where it no longer makes sense. Imagine a city facing an energy shortage. The first thing it does isn't shut down the hospitals. It turns off decorative lights. Plants behave in a surprisingly similar way. When resources become limited, they stop maintaining older leaves. The green pigment slowly disappears. And underneath that green, another color has been hiding the entire time. Yellow, the leaf didn't suddenly become yellow. It simply stopped hiding it. That's why yellow isn't always a warning. Sometimes it's simply the plant saving energy. But what causes that stress in the first place? The biggest reason is probably the one most people least expect. Too much water. It sounds strange. After all, plants need water. So how can giving them more be harmful? The answer is hidden underground. Roots don't just absorb water. They also breathe. Tiny pockets of air exist between the soil particles, supplying oxygen to the roots. When the soil stays soaked for too long, those air pockets disappear. The roots begin to suffocate. Without oxygen, they can't transport water or nutrients to the rest of the plant. Ironically, a plant surrounded by water can begin dying from thirst. Its leaves respond by turning yellow. The second reason is the exact opposite: not enough water. When water becomes scarce, the plant has to make difficult decisions. It can't support every leaf, so it sacrifices the oldest ones first. Those leaves slowly lose their chlorophyll, turn yellow, then brown, before finally falling away. It's survival, not failure. The third reason is light. Plants don't eat food the way animals do. They manufacture it. Sunlight is their power source. Without enough light, the plant simply doesn't produce enough energy to keep every leaf alive. Once again, it begins shutting down the oldest ones, just like turning off unused rooms in a house to save electricity. Then there's nutrition. Plants need more than water and sunlight. They also need minerals from the soil. Nitrogen is especially important because it's one of the main building blocks of chlorophyll. Without enough nitrogen, the entire plant begins losing its rich green color. Other nutrients, like magnesium and iron, can produce similar symptoms. Scientists have understood this process for well over a century. In the 1800s, German botanist Julius von Sachs demonstrated how essential nutrients and light were for photosynthesis, helping lay the foundation for modern plant science. His discoveries completely changed the way people understood how plants survive. But here's something even more surprising sometimes. Nothing is wrong. Leaves aren't meant to live forever, just like humans lose hair, just like trees shed their leaves every autumn. Houseplants regularly replace their oldest leaves. A single yellow leaf near the bottom of an otherwise healthy plant is often just part of its natural life cycle. The plant isn't dying, it's growing. Now comes the difficult part. How can you tell the difference? The secret is simple. Stop looking only at the yellow leaf. Look at the entire plant. Is the soil still soaking wet several days after watering? The roots may be struggling. Is the soil bone dry and pulling away from the pot? The plant probably needs water. Are only the oldest leaves turning yellow while new growth looks healthy? That's usually completely normal. But if the newest leaves are turning yellow first, especially while the veins remain green, your plant may be missing important nutrients. Plants rarely hide the answer. They leave clues everywhere. You just have to know how to read them. This idea fascinated scientists like Charles Darwin. Most people know Darwin for his work on evolution, but few realize he spent years studying plants. In one of his final books, he described plants as living organisms constantly sensing and responding to the world around them. They couldn't move from place to place, but they were far from passive. Modern research has taken this even further. Plant biologist Stefano Mancuso has shown that plants constantly monitor light, gravity, moisture, temperature, touch, and even nearby plants. They don't have brains, but they continuously collect information and adjust their behavior to survive. When you think about it that way, a yellow leaf isn't just a color. It's information. It's feedback. It's communication. The next time you notice one, don't panic. Don't immediately reach for fertilizer. Don't automatically pour in more water. Pause. Look closer. Ask a better question. What is my plant trying to tell me? Because healthy plants don't happen by accident. They happen when someone learns to understand a language that most people never even realize exists. And once you learn that language, you'll never look at a yellow leaf the same way again. The next time you walk past one of your plants and notice a single yellow leaf, you won't see a problem. You'll see the beginning of a conversation.